Hello, everyone. Welcome to Build Update for Fabric and what we found interesting. Unlike last year when me and Nikola were sitting in front of a Lakehouse to talk about Lakehouse, we are kind of sitting and doing this respectively. Hopefully, we'll do that when we do the FabCon Europe. Nikola.
Yeah, hi, Khaled. Hi, it's great to be with you again. Yeah, although I agree, last year was way more entertaining in front of the Lakehouse, but yeah. As you said, let's do it in Vienna in some better surroundings again.
So what was your biggest takeaway from the build updates for Microsoft Fabric?
Yeah, generally, first of all, I was a little bit surprised, positively surprised with so many cool announcements. I'm happy to chat with you about features that I personally consider big and important for future workloads that we are going to do with Fabric. What about you?
I was also pleasantly surprised about definitely all the updates that came through. Apart from all the glitz and whatnot, I think there are some updates that are going to be very instrumental to how we build in Fabric going forward and how it will drive adoption and whatnot. With that, let's kind of dive straight into it.
My number one, materialized views in Lakehouse. Great thing about materialized views is that you can schedule them to run and in the background. So what is most amazing part for me is that in the background, let's say you have multiple tables, obviously including that materialized view definition. So Fabric will figure out which tables have been refreshed first, and then it will wait for others to complete before pulling all the data as a result set for materialized view. And obviously it solves the issue of not being able to use views in direct lake models. Now with materialized view, because results are persisted as it's the same as table, basically, you can use those materialized views as tables in direct lake semantic models. My next one is mirroring for SQL Server. And let me tell you, so last year, I remember when we were talking about mirroring last year, once Microsoft announced the mirroring feature, I think it was FabCon last year in Vegas, 2024, I got like 20 people immediately reaching out to me and asking, what about mirroring for SQL Server? Because back then it was only Azure SQL DB, correct. Cosmos DB, and I think it was Snowflake in this first wave. Yeah. So everyone asked about SQL Server, and now finally there it is. So my third one is Translytical Flows. What I saw in first days after build, people are putting the equality sign between Translytical Flows and writing back to Power BI, which is one of the use cases of this feature. Correct. How many people were asking about possibility to write back directly from Power BI to somewhere?
Yeah, as you mentioned, right, it is just only one of the use cases. Like there are other things that we couldn't do, like essentially initiating a process, whatnot, right? Because now that we can trigger a UDF from Power BI, it just opens up the entirety of it. And I think from that perspective, I see Translytical to be amazing, right? But I do think from a write-back perspective, I think the add-on products are probably much better because they have been in that field long enough, right? And simply it just comes down to how easy it is.
Over time, maybe Microsoft will simplify that specific flow of writing back data. But again, I'm excited about the possibilities.
That one, I'm there with you.
Yeah, those are my top three. What about you?
I'm pretty excited about the CLI, right? The CLI, the command line interface just went GA, right? It just simply means that Fabric's implementation cost and things like that are one of the best in the market because it's easy to deploy, right? I think now with a little bit of code with it, it just makes it even faster. Right. So essentially, like we're not like whatever it was to take us a couple of days to set up, we can probably do that in minutes. One of the things they did was probably interesting. Like now we have a Copilot button. Essentially, like you can chat with your data without going into a report, right? Kind of finding the right one and whatnot. So that was just an interface change, but sometimes those can be interesting. But I think the bigger one, I think they announced the data agents in FabCon. Right. Key part about the agent that was interesting is a lot of executives don't even want to go to Power BI, right? They want to stay in Teams or something like that. So I think the ability to publish your data agents out of Fabric into Copilot Studio, right? And doing that, I think those have quite a bit of potentials. I think this has been the closest we have been to. Any last words?
No, that's it. Yeah, probably we will have like a more calm summer, and then we'll see each other in Vienna and
Looking forward to that.
and chatting again about new announcements.
All right. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks.